Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanos. This is episode 266, season 11. Today's date is October 21st, 2023, and welcome to the program. On today's program, I will talk about my memories of my first Schwinn bicycle. And that's a beautiful memory when you were a kid who owned your first bike. Also, I'll talk about a product that was made in Chicago called Lasser's Beverages. It's largely forgotten. I'll talk about a little history of that. And we had 3 celebrity deaths this week. I will talk about my memories of them, which first is actor Burt Young and actresses Suzanne Summers and Lara Parker. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. This program is brought to you by Tackle Cleaner and Disinfectant. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but I did. I do remember. I'm sorry, I do remember this. And here's a commercial from 1985. So just sit back, kick off your shoes, relax, and I'll be right back with the program. Thank you, everyone.
Does your cleaning supply cabinet look like this? Crammed full of costly grease cutters, stain removers, disinfectants, and floor cleaners? Well, now it can look like this, because new Tackle Cleaner Disinfectant does it all. New Tackle cuts through greasy messes and bleaches out tough stains on contact. Cleans and disinfects bathrooms, and on floors, new Tackle cuts through that tough dirt. So why buy all these cleaners when new Tackle does it all?
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Tackle Cleaner and Disinfectant. It was made by Clorox, and this was, it was available, the product that is in the 80s, and I remembered this, and I remember the commercials. Didn't last long, so I don't know what happened to it. Let's see, so what else? I found a bottle on eBay, and there's one. I don't think it's open or not. It's they have a bidding price of $79.99. Who want to buy that? I don't know. It's kind of weird like that. So yeah, I do remember this. Products come and go. That's how it is. Anyway, So a very interesting topic that happened this week was I posted a bottle of Linco bleach. That's Linco. That was a product made in Chicago, and it's like Clorox. And in the old days, people didn't call it Clorox or bleach; they call it Linco. And some people still call it that. Some people. So the other day, I think it was Tuesday, my mother and I went shopping after we were at the eye doctor. I overheard a lady at the grocery store. She was talking to an older woman, and an older woman mentioned, "Oh, look, we got to buy some Linco." I go, "Oh my God." And I told my mom that, and she goes, "Yeah, Linco. Yeah, they still call it." Oh, that's from the old days. It's funny. And then when I posted it on social media, people remembered, and they remember their parents and their grandmothers, and They called it Linko, and they remembered it was delivered to their homes. They used to come in brown bottles and all that, and they stopped making it about sometime in the 80s, so they disappeared. I did a podcast episode about this product a long time ago. Maybe I'll do it again someday. We'll see. But it's just caught on. And people love, they remember, they had good memories of this product. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned that I will discuss my memories of my first Schwinn bicycle. Also, I will talk about Lasser's Beverages in Chicago, and actors Burt Young and actresses Suzanne Summers and Lara Parker. They all passed away this week. And let's see, what else? Did anything new happen this week? No, not really. Can't think of it. Okay, never mind. Let's get started with the show. All right, and I will talk about my memories of my first Schwinn bike. Okay, and the Schwinn Bicycle Company, of course, everyone knows it was founded by a man named Ignaz Schwinn. He was a German-American bicycle designer, and it was founded in July 14th, 1895. Yeah, so that's amazing. And it was founded in 1860. And he ran the company for many years in Chicago, and until 1948. I think that's when he passed away, probably. And the headquarters was in Chicago, and the address of the headquarters was located at 1856 North Costner Avenue in Chicago. That's like the Hermosa neighborhood. So that's about in between North Avenue and Armitage, and Costner is like 4 blocks west of Pulaski Road, that is. So it was there a long, long time. I think the building's still there, I believe. I really do believe it's still there. And let's see. So they don't make them anymore in America. Not really. They're manufactured overseas, which is a shame. You do see stores around that still sell them, but not as prominently as it was back in the day. Okay, so I will tell you about my memories of my first Schwinn bike. The first one I don't really remember. You see, we lived in the Roseland neighborhood in the early 70s in Chicago, and my dad got bikes for me and my brothers too. I don't remember if it was a Schwinn. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. And we used to ride our bikes at Palmer Park, and that's located at 111th Street in Indiana, one block east of Michigan Avenue. You go down the hill. It's like that. A lot of people in Roseland, if they lived there, they remember. That's a beautiful park. It's still there. Remember the swimming pool. Of course, I can't swim, so I remember the pool. Anyway. So there was a bike shop on Michigan Avenue. It was like 110th Street, a little north of there. I don't remember the name, but I remember it was a big store. And I asked my mom, I want to buy a new bike. And it must be the first one, because the first one was like, I don't know, my dad found it somewhere and he brought it to me, but it wasn't for a kid. I wanted something new. And I remember I bugged my mom to buy one, and she didn't like that. So we went to the store and I found one, and it was black. It was the Gray Ghost, kind of black, and with the banana seat, and it had the 5-speed, not the 10-speed. Had a 5-speed on it, and it was really cool. It was very nice. I loved that bike. I really loved it. And I remember there was some logo on it. I don't remember exactly. And So I rode it to Palmer Park. I rode it at Palmer Park. And it was a lot of fun. And there's pictures of my family. They're riding bikes like that. There's a picture of my mom and dad together. So maybe someday I'll post it. It was be kind of nice. Anyway, um, then when we moved to Ashburn in 1974, we brought our bikes back. We brought them with us. Excuse me. And I got older, and then I wanted to buy a 10-speed bike, and I did. But I don't remember where I bought the 10-speed bike. Not really. I don't really. I think there was a store in 79th Street. Could be. I'm not sure, but I remember the bike. The bike was a 10-speed, and I remember it was blue and had denim handlebars. It was kind of cool. And I rode this probably around when I was 12 or 13, all through high school. And then I just abandoned it. I wasn't interested anymore riding a bike, but I did ride it around the neighborhood. It was a lot of fun. And I think that was the last time I rode a bike. So that was that. And I was thinking of taking up bike riding for reasons of exercising right now, just to ride around the neighborhood. That's the kind of exercise I like, because I hate exercise. I really do. Walking's fine, but I'm talking about physical, like you go to a gym, you do like lifting weights and running and all that. No, that's not for me. But bike riding, I'll look into that. And, but I had great memories. I remember riding my bikes. In the Ashburn neighborhood, that is. I was riding to the drugstore to get candy or a soda pop, at Edwards drugstore on 79th Street at Hamlin, or go to Crestline's Pharmacy at 79th and Pulaski. They, get candy and soda pop as well, over there, or just go to McDonald's on 84th Street, way down there, still there, right across the street from Video and Nick's. And sometimes I went over the hill. When you go north of my house after 75th Street, and then you go up the hill and downhill to 71st Street, there used to be a Dominic's in the plaza and a Kmart. I used to ride that. That was scary, but I wasn't scared. It was a scary ride, but I was okay. But I enjoyed bike riding, especially in the summer, and not when it's hot, but when it's nice day, less humid. Sometimes in the fall you wear your jacket. A lot of fun. And so the list of the bikes, let's see. I'll tell you in a second. Like, for example, I posted this picture the other day, and there were types of bike, and I asked people what type of bikes you like. And there was the Apple Crate, the Gray Ghost, which was mine, the Orange Crate, the Lemon Peeler, the Cotton Picker, and the Pea Picker. I'm sure there were others. And everyone, when I posted this photo, a lot of people commented on their memories of what bikes they had, and they loved it. They really did. And it's a beautiful memory to have of your first bicycle. Some people couldn't afford a bike. They had to get a hand-me-down from from a sibling or next door neighbor, or a relative, or you go to a store and get discounted, which was rare, I think, but that was fine, So I'll look into it, buying a bike. We'll see about that. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about Lasser's Beverages. This was a company. Just a moment, please. Okay. This was a company founded by John Lasser. It was in the DePaul neighborhood that was manufactured, and that was founded in 1879. Ooh, that was a long time ago. Wow. And I don't know, maybe it was before Coca-Cola, probably, But what's so unique about this place? It was manufactured in Chicago. I don't know if it was distributed elsewhere in the country, And this was located at 2452 North Sheffield Avenue in Chicago on the north side. And let's see. So let's see what else. So the products they had the most, for example, I posted a sign the other day, and that what I'm going to talk about on my podcast was they had different flavors. They had root beer, lemonade, strawberry, grape, punch, orango. It's ORANG dash. Oh, a lot of people like that. I think a ginger ale. I don't know if they had beer. I don't know. I don't know about that. They had. Let's see what else they had. For example, they had seltzer water, sparkling seltzer water. They had the nightclub sparkling beverages like that. Um, Also root beer. Did I mention root beer? No. Yes, I did. Sorry. I had mentioned that. And Old York sparkling water. That. They also had a product called Zip. So Zip soda. I remember seeing that. I really do. And the funny thing is, some people remembered it and they bought bottles. They would go to the factory and buy it. Buy them in bottles. It was kind of a load back then. I'm sure you could return them. I'm not sure, but I found this fascinating. And very interesting. In fact, that this product existed. And I posted. I found you can find a lot of things on not YouTube, eBay, and like bottles or labels. And so that's kind of nice, like that. And so that's kind of cool. It really is. And the company closed in 1982. And it was run by, I believe, John Lasser's grandson, or son and grandson, I believe, like that. And, oh no, it's his great grandson. Excuse me, And so I don't know what he's doing. I'm sure he's alive still, so I don't know. So they just closed it out, and I guess it was too much competition. I guess that was probably the reason for it. A lot of people invested to the company, but it didn't happen. So I went out of business around February of 1986, and that was no more of that, which is a shame. Okay. So that's my take on Lasser's Beverages. All right. Right now, I'm going to talk about three actors that passed away this week, three celebrities, that is. One is actor Burt Young, and actress is Suzanne Summers and Lara Parker. I'll start with Burt Young first, which I was surprised. We all know him as Paulie Panino in the Rocky film series. Oh, he was great. He was funny in that movie. And his real name was Gerald Tommaso DeLuise. I don't know where you got the Burt Young name. And for Rocky, he earned a Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. I think he should deserve it. So, and he was born in New York City, in Queens, New York. He was Italian. He served in the Marines, and then he was in a lot of movies and a lot of television. Like, for example, he was in Chinatown, Convoy, Back to School, The Pope of Greenwich Village, Once Upon a Time in America. And as for TV shows, he was in Rockford Files, Beretta, Law and Order, All in the Family, MASH, Miami Vice, and he also made an appearance in The Sopranos, which was great, And let's see what else. And he also served in the Marine Corps, and he was a boxer. Yeah, I understand. I guess he made got where his experience like that. He was also a painter. He really was. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play a commercial that features Burt Young, and that's a Dr. Pepper commercial from the 1970s. And once I play this commercial, you will recognize the jingle from that era. So just relax, and I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone.
Anthony, you're 42 years old. What are you waiting for?
Val, to go to the movies.
Anthony.
I don't know.
Try, Anthony. Your mother.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, gee, come on.
With a name like Dr. Pepper, it isn't easy to get people to try us. But once they taste our blend of 23 flavorings, they love us.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Dr. Pepper featuring Burt Young. I like that jingle, Dr. Pepper, with the 3-2-1 or something like with those numbers. Or I don't think it's 3-2-1. I love Dr. Pepper. It's kind of sweet, but I'll stick to diet. But it was funny in that. One favorite memory I have about Burt Young, it was when Rocky came out in 1976. I went to see the movie in the theater. It was the first time I saw Sylvester Stallone. I love the movie. I've seen it once or two, maybe a few times after that. But then it got, then they made the sequels and then Creed and all that. Oh, boy. There was one scene where Paulie got upset with Adrian and Rocky, and then he went to the kitchen and opened the oven door and pulled out a turkey, and he threw it either threw it out of the door or threw it out the window. I'm saying to myself in the theater, what the heck was that? Oh my God. I never seen anyone do something like that. It was hilarious. And I remember the audience was laughing crazy and all that. But, he seemed so angry in that movie. He was angry in that movie most of the time, just mad like that. I don't remember him smiling. Not really. That's a favorite memory of mine. And then he passed away October 8th, but his death was announced this past week. Someone asked me on Facebook, well, why are you announcing it now? Well, I just found out. I mean, we didn't know at the time. So maybe because I guess the family wanted to have his funeral private, or didn't want to announce it publicly. That's probably why. I ignore all that. So he was a great actor. He was wonderful. I liked him a lot. Okay. Next up, I'm going to talk about Suzanne Summers. Oh, that is she was in one of my favorite TV shows in the 70s. Next was Laverne and Shirley. One of the 70s show I like. Actually, no. My favorite 70s show was Laverne and Shirley. And next was Three's Company. Happy Days was okay. It was all right. But I like Laverne and Shirley better because it was crazier and more fun. Anyway, for Three's Company, that's the first time I saw Suzanne Summers as Chrissy Snow. And that premiered in around March 1977. I was 13 years old, and it was like a mid-season replacement. It did well in the ratings, and that's also starred John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt, Audra Lindley, and Norman Fell as the Ropers. So you had Jack Tripper and Janet Wood. So let's see. So Suzanne Summers, she was born October 16th, 1946 in San Bruno, California. And she did some acting, a little acting before Three's Company. I remember she was on Starsky and Hutch. She was on The Love Boat. According to her IMDb, that movie database, I think her first appearance was Dr. Kildare as a patient. She must have been very young indeed, like that. And so my memories of her is I bought a poster of Suzanne Summers in a bathing suit. I forgot where I bought it. Maybe Cruising Music. I think Cruising Music on 79th Street. I think. I'm not sure. And I bought it and I hung it on my bedroom door. And every night I would see Suzanne, or I wake up, there's Suzanne. She's so pretty. And I kept that poster for a long time. I think I threw it away like that. But now you go on eBay and you try to buy it. It costs too much money. It really does. But it's one of those posters. And watching her on Three's Company was hilarious. She was her character wasn't crazy or ditzy in the beginning. She was very smart and sensible. That changed, but then she got I don't know how this happened, but then she got, like I said before, she wasn't thinking. She was like an airhead, and like a dumb blonde. But in reality, Suzanne Summers was very smart, and sharp, like that. And there were a few classic scenes, like for example, there was one where Jack Tripper baked a like a chocolate cream pie or something, and he said because he wanted to enter it in a pie contest, because he was a chef, and he put it in the refrigerator, and then Chrissy saw it and she ate it and started eating it. Janet discovered it, so they had to go find another pie, and I think Mrs. Roper helped out and got a pie identical to that one. And then they went to the pie contest, and then there was a judge, and I think something happened. I think he won. Jack won, but it was, the girls felt guilty because it wasn't really wasn't his pie. And one thing led to another, and they had a pie fight. That was hilarious. So, Chrissy picked up the pie. She was going to hit somebody, but she didn't. She hit herself. I know it's silly, but it was funny. I know. And her character got very, very popular. Very popular indeed. She was well known all over the world. Then about 1980, there was contract negotiations, and she wanted to make more money than the men, more than John Ritter. And she mentioned like Carol O'Connor from All in the Family makes a lot of money. And she was talking about equal pay. And the producers and the director said, nah, So her husband got involved, which was her agent. And then they got into a big argument and back and forth. And it was messy. And then one day her husband came home and told her, you're out of the show. You're out. And she was like bewildered because she said, they're not going to get rid of Chrissy of the show. But they did. So this is what they did. They had to honor her contract, and she had to come back, and they put her in a little room in the studio, with a lamp and a chair and the telephone. And she would talk to Janet. That's it. On the phone. And that lasted through the 1980-81 season and to finish out her contract. And then she was gone. But that didn't stop there. Then she continued acting. Then she sang in Las Vegas. And then she started in another TV show. She's the Sheriff that was syndicated. I saw it once or twice. She was good in that. Also in the 90s, she started with Patrick Duffy on Step by Step. That was funny. She was good in that show. But we all know her as Chrissy. We all know her as Chrissy, and what happened on Three's Company is that a lot of people still hated her. John Ritter and Janet Wood did not talk to her, for years, and then this is a story. Suzanne Summers says she was in the beauty salon, and then somebody was on the phone, and it was John Ritter, and he wanted to talk to her out of the blue, and that was nice. And then he died after that, which is a shock. It was a shame. But he didn't speak to Joyce for years until about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. They did a video interview, and they patched up, which is nice. Thank God for that. I'm glad they did that. So they were going to do a Three's Company reboot. Didn't happen. Okay. Right now I'm going to play a commercial that features Suzanne Summers. This is for Continental Airlines, a defunct airline. I should know. I was in the business. So it's from the mid-1970s. So just sit back and listen to Suzanne speak. She was a stewardess on the plane. So here we go.
We really move our tail for you to Chicago. Make your every wish come true.
It's Autumn Fest time on Continental's DC-10 flights to Chicago.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Hams.
Knucklers.
Old-time radio shows. On Continental's Autumn Fest to Chicago.
On Continental Airlines, we really move our tail for you.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Continental Airlines featuring Suzanne Summers as a stewardess on the plane. You can find that on YouTube. I remember Continental Airlines. They were in business for a long, long time until United Airlines bought them. When I worked at American Express Travel, I remember issuing tickets. Issuing airline tickets for Continental. And a lot of people like that airline. Their headquarters was in Denver. Let's see. If you remember actress Audrey Meadows as Alice Cramden, one of her husbands was, I think his name was Robert Six, and he was the CEO. He was in charge of that airline back in the 60s. And she was responsible for the upholstery of the seating. I read that somewhere. I think it was true. Anyway, so I don't remember exactly when Continental merged with United, probably 10 years ago, maybe longer. I never flown it. So it was heavily advertised. In Chicago, they had a ticket office on State Street. I remember that because of the logo. So right now, United has the Continental Globe logo on the tail of their planes. So you would see that. And that's Continental. They dropped the U on that. Okay. As for Suzanne Summers, she was a breast cancer survivor over 25 years. She got radiation. She didn't do chemotherapy, which was odd. I don't know. She didn't want to do that. She wanted to do like healthy alternatives. I'm saying it might have worked, but maybe the chemo would. But I don't know. But she survived, all that time. And she wrote. She was also an author. She wrote a lot of books. She also had the Thigh Master. It's still available. I remember the commercials. I think she did Butt Master too. I guess. Yeah, but she was a lovely lady. She really was. And then she passed away on October 16th. Yeah, she was 76 years old. And the following day on October 16th was her 77th birthday. So that was I was a little shocked of her death, but, not too shocked. But, because the breast cancer returned in the summer. So, and it was more aggressive. So that's a shame like that. But she kept fighting it, and she had a good battle. So, like me, I'm still fighting. We have to fight this disease, It's awful. So far, so good. I'm doing okay. All right. The last celebrity I'm going to talk about was Lara Parker. Now, a lot of people would remember as her role as Angelique on the soap opera Dark Shadows, and she was not a nice lady on the show. No. With those eyes, ooh. And she was perfect in that role. She was great. And she joined the show about December of 1967. And when the Collins family, from the present time, they went to 1795. This is the story arc where Barnabas Collins becomes a vampire. But back then, he was just a normal guy. And he was going to get married to Josette Collins. And then Lara Parker, her character, Angelique, was like her handmaiden or like that. And she really wanted Barnabas as herself because they had an affair. And she would not have it. No, she wanted him for herself. And then she started casting spells, one with a voodoo doll. And she turned Joshua Collins, that's Barnabas Collins' father, into a cat. I remember that. That was so funny. The cat's just sitting on the bed, not doing anything. She just caught, and nobody knew what she was doing. And they didn't know she was a witch. And I think somebody found out about it, and she was dealt with. And then I don't know what happened to her. She just died, I think, or just went away. No, I don't think she went away. Then they returned to the present, because there was the character Victoria Winters, and they did a seance, and she was traveled back to the time. But at the present time, she was back in disguise, and she was still conducting magic, black magic, and she was a great character. She came and went, and she was wonderful. That was her own famous role. The other role that she did, in the movie, the 1975 movie, Race with the Devil. Oh, that was scary. At the end, she was with Loretta Swit, and I think Peter Fonda, and I forgot who the other guy is. And that was a scary movie. It really was. And then she started in A Night Stalker with Darren McGavin, and she played a witch. And that was a good episode. And I read somewhere that her and Darren McGavin didn't get along, but I loved it. And I have the show on Blu-ray. It looks great, like that. And she wrote some books, mostly about Dark Shadows. She was a very intelligent woman. Lara Parker did. She went to Vassar. She went to Rhodes College. And I think she got her PhD. I think, I'm not sure. And then she started in other TV shows like The Incredible Hulk, The $6 Million Man, Kung Fu, Hawaii Five-0, Beretta, The Rockford Files. She did a few acting back and forth. But her roles weren't that memorable. She starred in one movie. It was her first movie. It was with Robert De Niro in the 1970 movie High Mom, directed by Brian De Palma. And then her best-known film work was Save the Tiger with Jack Lemmon. I've never seen that movie. I got to see it. She played a prostitute in the movie. So that was great. And then she passed away on October 27th. Was it October 27th? No, she was born on October 27th, in 1938. She died October 12th, and she was 84 years old. She was so pretty, but menacing. You don't want to mess with her. No. Like that. Okay, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I said. I talked about my memories of my first Schwinn bicycle. Also, Lasser's Beverages in Chicago. And also, I talked about my memories of actor Burt Young, actresses Suzanne Summers and Lara Parker. Okay. This podcast will be published later on today. You can find it anywhere, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Also on my YouTube channel, excuse me, Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Someone just tweeted on X or posted, where do I find your podcast? And I typed, you can find it on my YouTube channel, Vanish Chicagoland Stories. I gave her the link. You can listen to all of them if you'd like. Please subscribe. Also on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. And also on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Threads, and Instagram. Click on the link. Okay. So, like I said, this will be published this afternoon. I will probably do another podcast tomorrow, and if I do, I have something very special. It's kind of a fun one, and I'll give you a little hint. It's about two shows. Well, okay, it's about two cartoon shows that I used to watch in the 70s, but I'm trying to decide which was better. I will post that later, and I will tell you which ones they were. Kind of fun. Okay. So this is Pete Costanos, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Thank you for joining me. I had a great time talking. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. Everyone have a great weekend. Bye-bye for me. And here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.